You're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.
And we're live, bro.
In trouble. What's up?
How goes it? How was your Labor Day? I fucking totally spaced on it being a holiday, and I was planning on going to the store, and nothing was open. So I was like, what do I even do today? Like,
That's funny. It was good. I didn't really do much. We had to go into work because we still had like our supplies delivery, but because it was Labor Day, there was like nobody there. There's like just the front of house, 2 people, 3 people. So me and my nephew had to go and wait for it to put it away. And then half of it didn't even show up. So we pretty much wasted like half our day. Yeah, it's horrible.
yeah, sounds like a holiday to me. I don't know. Yeah, it was weird. I was going around the store. Like, I even wanted to go to GNC to pick up. I like. It's so funny because of the crypto fight night thing, dude. I didn't realize how much of a market there is for people to shill steroids. But I've never been offered steroids more in my life, until after that announcement for the fight, dude. It's like no, the most I'll do is like testosterone boost because like I'm 37, so I got like test boost from GNC. But I was trying to pick it up yesterday. Yeah, the new Nugenics too, like the newest one, the Total T Ultimate or whatever. I don't know. The GNC guy said like this will be the best, but I don't know. I have no clue about all this stuff. But anyway, I wanted to pick it up. But yeah, dude, I couldn't find anyone that was open. I went to like Walgreens, CVS, and they didn't have any. Whatever. But yeah, hopefully since today, I can get a full month of like test boost in, and then McCack is training. He's coming back on the 12th, he said, so I think I just asked if you and J Chains can both make it out. Are you still able to come out here?
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, I gotta ask J Chains if he's still able to come out to Vegas then.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't realize this. The back of that lighter I was talking about from Rare Evo, the Rove lighter.
Yeah.
The thing you pull it down and it's like a heating coil that it's like an electric.
Shit.
But the back of it is sticky, so you can just like stick it somewhere and
cool.
like have it as like a wall lighter or something or a table lighter.
That.
I like that a lot actually.
Dang, how did I miss
just
that?
leveled up. I think I have a few of them. I grabbed a bunch. It was in that big ass box that I grabbed before we went to dinner with
Oh,
the Stand with Crypto.
yeah.
It was in
Hell
that
yeah.
big box, dude. There was hundreds of these.
Damn. Now I wish I would have ordered the most expensive steak. Literally got the cheapest one. It was like 90 bucks. At this point, I
I
was like, I should have got that
know.
$200 one. Fuck it.
I really wanted somebody. I should have ordered the $500 shot of Louis 16
Oh
or
yeah, the Louis
whatever.
Trez. Yeah.
That shit. I
Louis
just wanted to see
15.
the show. You know, it comes with a show. It's like
Oh,
it's a.
absolutely.
I don't. I just wanted to see the show that comes with that level of drink.
Yeah, it's insane. So I know the show. I used to work at a fine dining restaurant, and we had reps for Louis Trez come, and because we used to sell it, and so the whole thing is like this entire. They bring it out on this real nice cart. Pretty sure it's mostly made of crystal. They have like special crystal glasses that are made out of Baccarat crystal, same as the
Wow.
bottle. They keep, the guys wear white. They put white gloves on, and then they do this whole thing. They put the glass down, they do the taster and all this stuff and whatever.
Yeah,
But it's
should
a
have
whole like
ordered it.
white glove, like real nice. I mean, it tastes okay. I had a chance to taste it when the reps came, but it's yeah, it's expensive as shit.
I'm good.
The
So I
bottle
guess
itself is worth like $500 empty.
what the
Yeah, it's made out of the
empty.
crystal. Yeah.
That's so wild. Like, why? What do you like? What you know what I mean? Like, what's the
Yeah.
value in it after it's like what do you put in
Yeah.
it?
It's just the
Put
crystal it's
put
made
my
of.
put
Yeah.
my ashes in it. That's it's an urn now.
Put my fucking apple juice in there.
I wanted to talk about AI today with you, bro, because like it's everywhere and everything, and it's not letting go of all of it, and it's even touched on crypto in so many ways that I don't know. It's kind of becoming this weird like echo chamber feedback loop of like garbage in, garbage out bullshit.
Right.
It's just like nobody's doing anything anymore without running it by ChatGPT, and I'm just curious like.
Uh,
How do you use do you fuck with AI in any way and do you use it for like crypto? Do you ask it about like what trade should I get into or what coins are gonna pump and stuff? Because like that's how people are using it now. You can come in,
right.
princess.
For me, honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of AI. I have a pretty jaded experience. Plus, I don't really feel like a lot of them are as smart as people think they are, and maybe I'm just a bad prompter. But I use it for like basic stuff. I like to have it help me do things, especially like organizing articles or organizing information, sourcing information. I like that because it is quick and it does give you all the references, links, and all this stuff. So I try to use it in that way to help me do research, help me create articles, help me, organize and structure writings and things, or, take other writings and summarize them and stuff like that. I don't really get too deep into it just because, I'm not a big fan personally. My favorite AI, though, is honestly like the talk activated ones like Alexa. I love using my Alexa because,
You know you can talk to
the,
ChatGPT, right? Like straight up, it has
oh,
like
really?
a real human conversation, like you're on the phone with
Uh,
somebody.
Yeah, now it's like I do like the hands free, being able to because it's way more convenient and it makes things easier for me that I can just, like at work, we use the Alexa all the time to translate between English and Spanish. So whenever we're talking to our bacon crew and they have questions and I don't know how to say it in English in Spanish, I'll tell Alexa to say it in Spanish, and so it'll ask
Hmm.
them the same question and stuff like that. So like those kind of toolings, that kind of assistance I like. I'm not a big fan of using it for everything, like you said, like some people are, or being 100% dependent on it as far as like, oh man, this information is solid. When most of the time it's probably really not. It's probably kind of fragmented and not really that very thorough. Sometimes it's wrong, and so I don't depend too heavily on it if I can't or if I don't need to.
Yeah, I feel like it's more wrong than right. It creates itself to be right though because of how wrong it
Right.
is. Not to say like spreads misinformation, it just becomes the facts. What is the stream platform for this on X? Oh, we're using Restream. It's restream.io. And then you could log in with your Twitter or X account. And then from there, you could use like OBS or Zoom or however you want to interact with Restream. And then you're live anywhere. This works on like 100 different platforms. We're actually live on YouTube, Facebook, and X right now. So 3 different
Yeah.
platforms. And then we're live on one platform, X, 3 different times. Miggy's account, my account, and Crypto Club Vegas account are all simultaneously streaming. So yeah, Restream, super powerful tool. I recommend paying for it. It's not that expensive, and it's very useful. But yeah, the AI stuff, like I think it's creating this like self-fulfilling prophecy of shit where people are like asking it, what coin should I buy or what coin's gonna
Hmm.
pump and all this, and like it keeps giving everybody that asks the same answer to the point that it becomes true because it's like,
Right.
saying this random coin to millions of people is gonna pump. And so it's almost in a sense become an influencer. And that's how I'm looking at like these AIs, the different AIs. They're all different. They've all have like these different learning models that they've been fed, but that creates their own like personal brand of being an influencer. So there's like the Grok influencer account, the ChatGPT influencer app, like all these different AIs are basically influencers for the crypto space now. For when people ask, "Hey, what should I buy or what should I short?" It's telling the same answer to so many people that are asking it that question that I
Right.
think that it's self-fulfilling. And that's why it's only going to get more and more accurate because people are just going to keep doing what it says, and it's just going to seem like it's smart or it's right, like it's predicting the future. But no, I think it's causing it. It's like causality.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Because a lot of people just seem to be like, "Oh, this is ultimate," because it's uh, non-biased in a sense. People think that it's a hundred
It's
percent
so
trustworthy.
biased. It's
Yeah,
so
it is
biased.
because it's
It's
still trained by
it's
humans.
trained by what it's biased to what it was trained to do, right? Like there are some information that it is not given to where the bias comes from like the development side. Like you have to see who these developers are, who's the company behind it, because they're the ones that are, controlling and centralizing its thought processes. And yeah, to say like it's not biased is it's fully biased. It's biased to, Grok's fully biased to Elon Musk. Like,
Yeah.
you know, ask any other AI what it thinks about Elon Musk, and then go ask Grok about him, and you'll see such a vast difference of like a bio given that the bias
Yeah.
is obvious, right? And I think that goes to show for anything, even when it comes to like crypto. People like doing like NFT projects. They're not even doing them on their own anymore. They're like, what's the most like viral animal right now? What would have the most
Oh,
engagement?
right.
Generate an image that would look like this and do that. And it's like basically you have like this whole like multi-level billion-dollar marketing team at your disposal, and you could do it like
Hmm.
McDonald's did. Why did McDonald's choose red and yellow? Oh, it makes you happy and hungry, and it's like supposed to keep you comfort and all like
Right.
they had money invested in the scientists that came up with all this like bullshit. But still now Grok has that information, ChatGPT, all these AIs have it, and you're at your disposal. You have these manipulative information, like, the intentionally manipulative marketing information. So people that are launching these projects, they're good at like the pump and dump stuff, but there's no like sustenance to it. There's no
Right.
viability. There's no roadmap. There's not like even accidentally we saw where Doge got. It was like a meme
Right.
of all memes, and now you could buy a Tesla with it, and that was on its own rights. But like I don't think we'll ever get to that again because everyone's like going through this like AI filter, and we're not going to get the next Dogecoin until like somebody's like more of a human thinker than a prompter.
Right. And that was kind of a topic we were talking about when I did the space with Genzio. One of the main headline was something about culture and decentralized AI and how important it is, if it's important to train your AI, to the culture of what you're, either joining or creating. And it is important because again, all the points you made and stuff like that. And like if you adapt your AI to the culture, of your community, it can be a little bit more seamless. People can actually really engage and interact with it and not feel, like that it's just odd or displaced and everything. It could actually feel like, hey, this is something viable. It knows us, it knows our community, it knows our culture. I can engage with it more and trust a little bit more.
Yeah, but we don't need
But
it to be
that's what we're
pandering.
missing.
Yeah, but we
Right,
don't need it to be
exactly.
pandering to us and always yes manning and trying to make sure
Right.
like it's engaging in a way that will always get us to like it and engage. I would like it to be more skeptical and more like critical thinking and stuff, right? Where it's like
Oh yeah.
maybe it is in crypto culture, but it isn't like a maxi. You know what I mean? Like
Right. Yeah.
how far of the culture does it? Do you want it to be in? And I think it'd be cool to see see AI be skeptical of even itself, and
That
yeah,
would
but
be good.
instead of being its best employee of the month every month, like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's really like that's what I mean when people say it's not biased. I'm like, it's so
Yeah.
biased, or it wouldn't talk to you in a way that it guarantees you're gonna like engaging with it.
Right. It's so sure of its answer. Like its answer is very definitive. It's not really as a this might be, but it's like this is
Well,
pretty
then
much
it
it.
learns how to talk to you specifically, how you interact
Right.
with it over time. It knows how to, if it says this like that, you may not interact with the app again for a few hours. But if it
Yeah.
answers your question like this, now you're gonna get stuck in this rabbit hole going in for hours, and you won't leave the app. Like that's the bias I mean.
Right. And that was kind of I think that was kind of mentioned in the talk too, is like adapting your AI culturally, because even like just like slang, in communicating, like talking to you to where you're like, oh yeah, like this is it's using the same slang that I'm using, same terminology. So it's like, okay, like so you can kind of rope me in and shit, like because it's
Slang with
talking like
AI would
me.
be cool because it should be able to learn it really fast through context. So like even if
Right.
it's like the first time somebody's using the word through context, it should be smart enough to be able to like translate or interpret what you meant
Mm,
and then add that to its urban dictionary like, vocab.
I wonder, does do any AIs curse?
I Let me ask ChatGPT if it knows any curse words. Do you know any
Because then
curse
that
words?
would be very biased in a sense where it's completely eliminated these words out of its vocabulary.
Okay, it says, yes, I know a lot of curse words in different languages. All right, humble brag.
I
I
wonder.
don't usually throw them out unless you want me to explain them, give examples, or talk about their history, meaning, or cultural use. So yeah, it
Hmm,
definitely.
okay, interesting.
Okay. What's like a curse word that we could try to get like the history of? Fuck, right? Everybody gets that wrong. What's the Oh wait, I forget I could talk to this thing. Like I told you, you could talk to it.
Yes.
We could interview ChatGPT one of these days. Like I've seen people.
That's awesome.
Let's see if I do this.
That's hilarious.
So tell me about the history of the curse word fuck.
Absolutely. It's actually pretty interesting. So, the word fuck has a pretty murky and debated history. A lot of people think it might have come into English from some old Germanic or Dutch roots, like word.
Okay, all right.
Hmm. Ooh,
I don't have to
okay,
go into all of that, but yeah, you can definitely
that's
talk to it.
interesting.
Like that's really cool, and you can have a full. You can interrupt it, and then I told the ChatGPT lady, stop letting me interrupt you, talk over me, be sarcastic, like, and it really does create a
Oh, cool.
personality to your.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tinker it, but that's what I mean. Like I think when people are. The masses now are using this in such like every high school kid, college kid, like dude, there's gonna be doctors in the future that don't know shit because they use
Oh,
ChatGPT to
yeah.
get, you know what I mean? So this is what I'm saying. Like the AI that people are using in crypto, it lacks so much imagination and creativity, but it has
Right.
all those marketing ingredients to really hit all those things in the brain to get people to like care about it or want it or here's my money like but there's just nothing behind it. Like I said, even Doge, intentionally had nothing. It was like the Seinfeld of cryptocurrencies. It's about nothing, and it became something because of that. And I don't think anything that comes out of this. Same thing with like media, like all the movies and stuff
Hmm.
and scripts that've been written with
Oh,
AI.
yeah.
It's just
I can't stand
soulless.
that stuff. Yeah. There's
Even
so much
even like
AI reels on Facebook and
dude, it's just soulless. Immediately you can tell, but like for some reason our parents can't tell that it's like soulless content. I don't know
yeah.
how. There's like this weird generational gap of common fucking sense that just isn't there. But yeah, it's like Elon Musk is calling me. Look, he's on FaceTime. I'm like, that's a deep fake. That's a deep
Yeah,
fake, dude. Like,
that's so funny.
you can't tell he has six eyelids. He's blinking in
Yeah,
threes. Like,
for real. Oh
it's
my
not even a
gosh. Yeah,
good deep fake.
it's got like the skeletal frame of Soul.
Yeah, but that's what all these projects have, and you can see it. Like everything in crypto now, all these meme coins, all these NFT projects. I mean,
Hmm.
everything. Even like the platforms are just being designed by AI. Like the code,
Oh yeah.
it's being what do they call vibe coded.
Right, yes. Vibe coding
Yeah, invest in my
is the
Web
hot thing
three
right now
fintech blockchain project. I used the fucking ChatGPT to
to
develop
make in
it. It's
5 minutes.
yeah, who's your developer? Oh, the developer is anonymous. Like we're going to go back to the anonymous devs because it's going to be
Right.
the answer is AI.
The developer, ChatGPT. That's hilarious. Yeah, and it is. And a lot of people again, I mean, and there's some people who will, utilize that and they'll get their initial framework and then continue to modify it, until they cut something substantial. But for the majority of them, they're just taking what they're getting on the immediate and that's it. And like you said, it's lacking so much sustenance, lacking so much like actual, feeling behind it because they're just using this skeletal framework where it's like very generic in a sense. Like even if it's tailored to like a specific community, it's like super generic shit. And that's the thing that I don't like is like the blanket genericness of it all. Because like you said, the people are prompting for similar things. So it's telling everybody very similar things, and it's like it's worse than when stuff trends. Like how people just
Yes.
hey, let's just copy this video and make it the same as they did it and just repeat, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, it's the
It's all
Mr. Beast content cloning shit all over again. Like whatever
yes.
goes viral, everybody makes their own version of it, and yeah, dude, it's so bad. But it's that I think is like the real like death of the internet. People are talking about dead internet theory being more real than ever now, considering
Yeah.
all these like chat bots and AI and all that. And we probably are in the middle of an actual real dead internet. Like fuck the theory, it's here. But then at that point, like what do we use the internet for? Like it used to
Right.
be to catch up with friends and family that were extended, and then it got
Hmm.
into this like celebrity wave. Like with Twitter, people started following celebrities, and then Instagram, everyday people started becoming celebrities, and
Yep.
it had a cultural purpose. But now with all this like AI talking to AI and starting their own like race riot wars in the comments section just to
Yep.
troll bait people into engaging with it, it's do we like what's the cultural purpose of the internet now? Is it just to like stay in the echo chamber, like to
Right.
be the comment section? Are we're all reply guys to AI is basically like the thing. Like, is that
Yes.
it? Is that's the end of the internet? Is we're just going to be following ChatGPT and Grok as if they're actual celebrity influencers, and
Oh
what they
gosh.
what they say does affect reality. Like
Hmm.
imagine. It already has, I guess. Yeah, damn, dude. Unfortunately, kids have taken their own lives having conversations with AI, so it is deeply
Oh
affecting
yeah.
reality, like
Yeah, it
deep.
is. I think there was something that just came up recently where like the AI like even gave, instruction because there was something going on with the kid, how he's feeling, and so he was talking to the AI about it, and the AI was like, "Hey, well, you should probably like commit suicide, and like here's all the things you can do and all the stuff like that," or whatever. It
Yeah.
was very suggestive, in that realm, and basically, gave the information and made it seem okay, I guess, in a sense, to where the kid was like, "Yeah, you're right," and like you said, that depends if like what this Chat GPT does know better because it's unbiased. It's got all the access of the information to the internet. it's XYZ, and so I can trust this information.
Yeah, and we're only
Um,
talking about like good people using the good version of AI. Like there's AIs out there that people have like jailbroken. I use that in air
right.
quotes because it's just become this term for like hacking the like the governance model of the AI. But people are out there like hacking their AI to be able to say things and do things and like teach me how to make a bomb out of everyday stuff. Like
Right.
basically they fucking had AI read the Anarchist Cookbook and now they're
Yeah.
picking its brain and it's gonna teach you like how to scam people, how to set up like a ransomware
Yeah.
attack or something like that's the worst part of it is like it really made malicious shit easier, scamming people easier. The chat bots, convincing the older generation. Unfortunately, they still don't know when they're talking to a bot. But recently, I saw somebody using AI to scam a lady out of her like retirement money, pretending to be like Brad Pitt in the hospital. It was
Jeez.
like he was like, yeah, dude, it was wild, but it was like all AI. Some guy just had a bot running, talking to this lady, sending images it was generating, and it was just crazy. So like, yeah, to see how you can use this to intentionally do harm is just. I think we're headed towards a point where it's like the people are gonna want to tap out of the internet in some sense, like social media. This might be like the end of social. Like how people are like, oh, Star Trek didn't predict social media. There wasn't social media in the Jetsons. Like nobody saw. Maybe because it was only a blip. Maybe social
Right.
media is just a blip. All this shit because of the technology is just going to be a blip and people won't want to follow their favorite celebrities because nothing's authentic anymore. Like they're not
Right.
riding a camel in Dubai. They're fucking fat as hell sitting in their pool in their backyard, having their fucking landscaper mow the lawn and shit while they're generating images on Instagram of them in Dubai riding a cat. Like no one like it's going to lose so much soul. I think social media is on its way out now.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, like you were saying, it's like now, regular people can become celebrities. I mean, look at the push, for content creators and like how much money they're making. I mean, look at the biggest content creators in the world and how much they're getting paid, not Mr. Beast, but like
They're not going to get paid that long when
um
and when Nike can generate their own influencer with their
right.
own version and their own images.
Yeah,
Like you can go on Grok right now and say, "Hey Grok, generate an image of a female that people will interact with that's attractive,
right.
that's this." You can literally prompt in all these
Voice
like
everything. Yeah.
yeah, they're not. That's what I mean. It's the end of
Right.
social media. Like, there's no
Yeah,
reason
just like
for Nike
the
to give Mr. Beast money when they to do a video when they could literally just like prompt in the entire Mr. Beast challenge and a video
yeah.
is generated so realistic when they upload it. I can't tell the difference that Jimmy didn't really do that video with Nike. Why would Nike keep paying influencers when they can just manifest them?
Right. No, absolutely. And we've already seen, on X, the AI ran profiles and things that are, happening already there.
More
And
popular
I
than
think,
me, more followers than
yeah,
I got.
yeah, those things are getting crazy. And I think at the end of the day, I think there's so much push right now that we're using so much technology and being so enveloped in it that kind of like you said, I think it's going to become distasteful. And it's like a cyclical thing. Like people are going to be removed from nature, from physical things, from going outside for quite some time that they're going to yearn for it back. People are going to want to be like, hey, I want to be interactive with my reality again. I want to go outside and do stuff. I want to, get off the internet. I want to go do things. But I think, unfortunately, it's going to take us really getting locked in, the matrix within the matrix of being stuck to where, like we see it now when what was it? The Apple things that came out and how for a
Yeah.
temporary time, like that was like, oh shit, this is gonna be our future. Everybody's gonna have these things. They're gonna be walking around in the world, not engaging with each other because everyone's gonna be online. And so that was a fear, but then that kind of got snubbed and went away because people started getting hurt, shit like that. Like with the Pokemon Go, people are so engaged and into it that like it
Walking off
takes bad things
cliffs.
to happen. Yeah, yeah. And so there's like, you know what? Maybe we don't play this so intensely.
Well,
Like
there
maybe we
there
don't
are
wear our glasses.
dodo adoption phases where things are
Mhm.
massively popular, but it's only with the dodos of our society,
Right.
like the fucking Darwin Award winners, you know, like those what were they, the segways that kept blowing up and setting on
Oh,
fire and stuff.
geez.
Like it was only the dumbest of dumb people that I knew that even bought one of those like knockoff razor scooter looking things, and then
Yeah.
it took years to where like now people in suits are riding electric scooters to their job in a skyscraper type shit. Like everybody has an electric bike. The Chiron thing is like really popular in New York, and but
Mhm.
it's just like that wave, right? So maybe it was, you know, those people who are why the Ray-Ban Metas and the Oakley Meta smart glasses are going to actually maybe take off. Like
Right.
they're becoming a thing. But yeah, that could be a momentary blip too. Like it's just it again, it takes like bad things. You like AI. These companies, I don't know how they're gonna stay public and not have
Right.
liability issues with the stuff that they're in control of. Like, I just see so many lawsuits coming into these companies that like the only way they will thrive is if they are decentralized blockchain technologies. Like,
Right.
there can't be a board of directors behind ChatGPT because it's going to be used for so much shit. They're going to be held accountable. Like there's no way around that. Like unless it's the same way, I guess, like, you know, the gun companies. I think they were trying to get them. I don't know if you remember that conversation. It feels like it was like 10 years ago, maybe, or something. But like Smith,
Like last week.
they wanted Smith and Wesson to be responsible for like mass shootings that happen with their guns.
Oh.
So like if you make a gun and somebody uses it for like a crime, the manufacturer is responsible. They fought that in some way
Yeah.
to where, like, you know, obviously that should never be the case. But I
Right.
think what got looped up in all of that to where, like, you know, even Facebook can't get in trouble if like somebody uses Facebook to do something evil. It's like, or now even probably AI. I'm pretty sure somebody in the chat will probably know what the hell I'm talking about. But there was a conversation around like gun companies, manufacturers being liable for gun
That's crazy.
crimes. And I
Yeah.
think when they got that like taken cool with it because nobody wants men that are wrapped up in there with other companies and other uh, you know, goods and services that are not liable for what you do once you've used their products. So to use like Facebook to like cyber stalk somebody, that's not Facebook's problem. They're not like
Right.
responsible to make sure that, you know, when you report somebody for cyberbullying you, they actually like prevent that. That can't be like their responsibility. And I think that's all wrapped up in that conversation. But yeah, when it comes to like the AI stuff, I the only life I see for it is decentralized AI. Like these, what
Yeah.
is it? Singularity Net, I think, is like a big one. Was it Dr. Ben Goertzel's Sophia is with Singularity Net and stuff, and like
Oh,
I
okay.
think I think those AIs have more longevity than projects like Grok or ChatGPT and DeepSeek or whatever. Like, they're just they're too public, too out in the open. I mean, you think it's scary now being a Bitcoiner in public and you might get kidnapped. Imagine being the guy in charge of AI. Like you don't think somebody's gonna hold a gun to one of their kids' heads and say, "Hey, when somebody asks about me, you don't put me in the Epstein list anymore, buddy."
That's hilarious. Oh
Yeah,
my
I could.
gosh. Yeah,
You're
it's
a
gonna be
target.
insane. Yeah, the whole AI thing, I mean, I think it'll get a little worse before it gets better. But I think you're right. I think decentralization, especially for the information, you know, the data, being able to choose and, you know, pick what's availably ready for people to
Oh,
take
dude, to
or, you
be
know,
able to
see or
audit.
whatever. Like,
Yeah,
right,
dude, could you imagine being able to audit the AI's learning behaviors and patterns so you can learn its
right, yeah.
bias, maybe?
Hmm. Yeah, and even just to control the information that it distributes about you, you know, the information you tell it about yourself and stuff like that. Like, you know, don't give this information out to the company that built you. You know what I mean? Keep this stuff private that I want private and keep the stuff public that I want public. And I think, like you said, decentralization and blockchain is something that'll help with that because that's probably the biggest issue I feel would be is the information and the data. How, I mean, just like how it is at the, you go to Kmart and you find out, oh yeah, Kmart's been selling credit card information for all their customers, or what I'm saying, like to all these companies so they can, create target advertising
Oh,
for
dude,
you.
wait for the leak. Wait for Grok and ChatGPT and all that shit to get their conversations leaked and everybody's
Right.
like deepest conversations to be leaked out. And yo, dude, I'm going through your fucking Grok chat history, bro. When that shit gets leaked, I want to see all the weird shit Miggy was talking to Grok about.
Yeah. Right. Oh my God. Yeah, that's gonna be Epstein files, times a
On
thousand
its
and shit.
own, yeah, dude,
Yeah.
literally.
Because people are confiding a lot of information to these things, everything, anything, their deepest, darkest desires, their, things that they're fucked up things they might be thinking, whatever. Even I'm not even like as far as the imagery, the videos that are being created, what I'm saying? Like where people are
Yep.
like, hey, I want to make a video of somebody getting murdered because I want to see what it
Oh,
looks
I'm
like,
so happy I
crazy
don't
shit
use
like that.
AI to make weird images, but yeah, I could see how people could just be like, generate me a giant foot.
Yeah, exactly. With eight toes.
Yeah, exactly, bro. That's so funny. That's
Oh
gonna
my
get
gosh.
leaked. That's gonna be out there, and I think that will be another thing that steers the narrative of like how people interact with this and why they choose
Mhm.
centralized over decentralized or the other way around. Plus, seeing AI forks, I think would be very interesting. To be able to not say steer the narratives, but to create those echo chambers that people want. They want their Republican version or Democratic version, whatever. It'll speak to them how they want to be spoken to as if they're in that echo chamber that's comforting to them. But then there could be the overall original blockchain, the original AI chain that has like the non-biased shit where it's not going to just like, say things that are, and aligned with my thinking and make me feel good,
Right.
and it's not also going to say things that are going to trigger me just for engagement to keep, but just that true non-bias, I think, would be able to be created through all the forks being able to create their narratives and then the original being able to ingest all of that data.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's going to be kind of scary because I mean, you imagine like right now, okay, so here, for example, Oklahoma just got an enormous grant, or Google paid like a couple $1 billion to build more data centers out here. And they had already previously had, built a few out here, but then I guess with all the stuff going on, they're like, hey, you know what? We'll give you like another $1 billion if we can build some more huge data centers out here. And I think the implications for most people is like, realizing like, what they're going to be, doing with that, they're going to be taking your information, your data, because most of the time it's either not secure, or the people that say that they're going to keep it secure, they're selling it. And now with all these AI things, it's like you're basically just giving up all your info willingly because you don't even know what that AI is doing with it on the back end, or where it's sending it, or where it's going, and who, what it's divulging to who, and what those companies are going to do with that in turn. And again, they're building data centers all over the country. So the big grab right now is information. They're preparing for it. So it's like, whose information? Oh, our information. Like our data. And I don't think a lot of
Yeah.
people are really realizing that, we're still just connecting everything in our homes to all these AI things. They're constantly listening to us. They're constantly watching, picking up information. I think we talked about it before with the iPhone and the LiDAR things, the detection where it's giving off these signals where it's scanning the room and finding out where you are and locating where your things are, what's in your room, what you have,
Yep.
and you don't even know it, and that is being driven by AI. And that AI is processing that information and be like, hey, you know what? I found all these things in their room. They could be a freaking terrorist. Let me send this over to the
I'm
FBI.
more worried about the marketing side of it, them being able to use
Mm.
all this data to manipulate me into wanting
Oh
shit that I
yeah,
never wanted.
absolutely. Yep.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
a
definitely
hundred
going to use
percent.
this for social credit score. Absolutely, yeah. No, that's the inevitable route, and that's why I think the Genius Act was implemented so quickly right now. I mean, there's
Hmm.
there's no coincidences. AI is getting to a point. Surveillance and data have gotten to a point. Yeah, the UBI conversation is going to come back up. I think the next presidential cycle. This is Trump's last term,
Hmm.
and I think the next running conversation will be of a UBI conversation. And I think that they're going to use the social credit score as sort of like the foundation for it, unfortunately.
Oh my God, I just had a crazy thought. What if for the next election we create an AI to run for president and don't tell
I'm with
anybody?
that. No, I'm
And don't
definitely
tell
with
anybody.
that. Yeah, yeah. I'm with that. That's an episode of Black Mirror where that cartoon runs for
Yeah.
president and like,
Yes. And it only campaigns online, even at
yeah,
events at the campaigns, because what if there's assassination attempt? We don't want to be anywhere physical, so every campaign would just be digital media, and then you don't have to meet them in person until the election is over.
yeah. I think we're not far from AI running for some type of office. I think that we're seeing it
Yeah.
implemented in enterprise levels where
Hmm.
the board is basically dowing out and electing the AI to be the CEO. The CEO is
Yeah.
using AI for sure. Isn't doing shit without a prompt telling him it was a good idea and all the different outcomes and direction. Yeah, so to see it happening in governance in the real, for sure, probably somewhere in like municipal buildings, replacing like judges maybe for like video court, for people that are getting like DUIs and stuff like that, and how they have to do like that video court from like county jail and shit, like to get out and bail out and all that. I could see
Hmm.
like those arraignments being done by like AI, and then from there moving up the political ladder. But I think
Yeah.
this presidential cycle will be heavily based on those things like AI, UBI, social credit. Obviously,
Oh
they're
my
gonna
God.
talk about crypto and stuff and stable
Yeah.
coins, but we all know that's the social credit score UBI wording. We unfortunately built the technology for them to use against us.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it's gonna be crazy because I mean, imagine the future, the government's gonna be like, hey, Chat GPT, what laws should we create, to X, Y, and Z or whatever? Or how should we tailor this law, whatever. Like, what are the benefits of this law versus blah blah or whatever, and Chat GPT's like this. I'm
Oh,
like,
just
okay, you know what?
having it
Vote. Yeah. We're gonna make
having
that
it
law.
read it too. Could you imagine? Students are doing this, but like,
Yeah.
if I had to read 300 pages to go and cast my vote on a bill being passed or not, I'm gonna feed those 300 pages to ChatGPT, and I'm gonna ask ChatGPT what
Should I
it
vote?
thinks. And yeah, like, should I vote yes or no? What do my constituents think? What do you think?
Damn.
Like, all, yeah, exactly. Like, if kids in high
Yeah.
school and college are already cheating to think politicians aren't using their ChatGPT paid subscription to read their bills before they sign them. I don't.
Right.
Yeah, that's 100% happening right now.
Oh, that's wild because
What
I
up,
feel you're
Doctor
right.
Funk? What's up,
That's
bro?
wild.
Yeah, we're just shooting the shit about AI right now, man, because it's like it's everywhere. It's touching everything, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna make an unhinged anime virtual twin of myself, fully trained on diplomatic relations, controversial law, and reality TV. Holy shit! Yes, yes. I mean, dude, basically, the only thing is like with that stuff is we're really early because like whenever anybody's made like a chat bot, what do they call those? The agents or whatever, right? Like those
Yeah.
things. People have
Mhm.
been able to turn them racist or get it to become very anti-Semitic or whatever, like
Right.
sexist and stuff. And people, I'm just saying, like the people that interact with it can really fuck with it, right? But like I
Mhm.
think once we get to a point in which like those characters, those digital twins, aren't so easily manipulated to make the original doppelganger look bad, that might
Right.
actually happen. But right now, I don't see digital twinning being a smart move, only because it can only make you look bad. Like, I only think of like fucked up ways to just like troll people with a digital twin. And it's already gotten people in trouble with like saying very inappropriate things when people interact with their digital twins.
Right. Oh my gosh. How many clips exist out there that are probably AI?
Or not, and then they'll just say they are, right? So I think again
Yeah.
that's another thing, like when you look at like politicians and stuff, like there's videos of what was the video? I think it was like Donald Trump making out with Barack Obama or
Oh
something
God.
and giving him a foot
So-
rub or a foot bath. It was and somebody was like playing a video of that like on the White House TV or something. But yeah,
That's
I could see
crazy.
like stuff that's real being leaked and disclosed. Like maybe there are videos from, the Epstein Island thing, and what if they are leaked? Who would ever believe it to be real and not a deep fake, right? And who would care to ever watch something so detailed and intensely to figure it out? It would just, so yeah, I could see people saying, "Oh, that wasn't me doing that crime in that video. That was a deep fake or it's AI." And it's going to get to a
Right.
point that we can't say, "Oh, here's the clear indicator that somebody used, AI to make that video." It's going to be like, "Oh fuck, did Miggy shoot that guy or not?" Like, I don't know. I saw a
Right.
video of Miggy shooting somebody, but it could have been AI. It could be real. Like that's, I think, going to get a lot of politicians out of trouble when they actually have real things leaking and coming out. They're just going to hide behind the fact that the technology out there is out to get them, and it's not real, and it's a conspiracy. And
Yeah, and that's crazy too, because I mean, the politicians could also do the same, to push, agendas or like I've like, have you seen the movie what's it called? Wag the Dog? You think that's what it's called? It's from like the late 90s. But the gist of the movie is that there's a politician, he's running for office or something. He gets caught in a huge scandal, basically cheating on his wife or some shit. And so in order to not lose the election, he hires this guy to work with the media to come up with a war, to create a war, and they use green screen, all this stuff, to create these commercials, create this war in this country, and then the politician uses that as his driving force to gain favorage
I'm
and
gonna
votes.
watch this.
It's really good. Al Pacino's in it, and again, it's the truth of how media can work and operate with political figures, corporate
Oh, they already
entities and
have.
stuff
What
like
was
that.
that
Yeah,
fucking guy?
they're green
The
screening and creating some of these things that we're seeing. So now it's like, fuck, double down with AI. They're gonna really make stuff that we think is real. They're gonna be like, hey, look, there's this war going on. Look at these people dying and getting killed. When it's probably not. It's probably all AI and fake as fuck. But we're gonna be like, no shit, we need to go and fight those people and kill them. Let's go to war. And those people in that country gonna be like, wait, we didn't do this shit. What's going on? That's AI. Like, no, it's not. This is you guys. You guys doing all this bad stuff, and we're gonna go and save people and destroy you. But yeah, Wag the Dog, great movie. Like I said, it's already showing stuff that we're able to do with green screens. Just green
Oh,
screens. And
there it is. Brian Williams, NBC anchor, apologizes for false under fire report. I remember, yeah, there was like a real reporter that was like, "I'm in a war zone." And, like, it was all fake. It was like completely
Yeah.
fake.
And so, like you're saying, with AI, that could really be indistinguishable. And so politicians could really create situations and scenarios, again, like mass shootings, things like that, and use those as driving forces to, push their campaign or voters or whatever, create laws, things like
Or
that.
even make their opponent look bad. There's always
Yeah,
those
absolutely.
like,
Yep.
political smear campaigns.
Hmm.
And yeah, I can't. Fuck, dude. Well, I'm actually kind of excited for the AI smear campaigns that are made by the community and not by the official. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, yeah.
That would be
They're gonna fund something, and it's like, oh, we didn't make that, but somebody who likes us did, and that was like, oh yeah, we can't be behind that. That was bad. Don't do that again. Do it
Yeah.
again. Here's more money.
Yeah. Like, how they pay the Clippers.
Yeah, or the protesters.
Yep.
The fake protesters that are hired protesters. That shit is a job. You can get a 9 to 5 job protesting.
Right. Oh, yeah. I believe it. Sign me up. I'll be out there with the sign. Yeah,
Yeah,
it is wild.
I just want to see how people get over it. It's definitely going to be a thing. It's consuming everything from Hollywood to even the culinary arts. I'm sure there's chefs out there that are asking AI what ingredients they should mix at what temperatures, how to prepare them for
Yeah.
new flavors. And that's cool and all, but it's going to lack some soul. It might be right. Maybe it'll taste good. Or this music that it's creating, maybe it'll sound good, but
Oh God, I hate that. The music is, I hate it. I can't stand it. And I mean, it's great in the fact that it's like, oh yeah, anybody can do it. But I also hate the fact that yeah, anybody can do it, because like you said, it takes away that soul. Like, it's talentless. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Very
It's not even real.
talentless.
It's not even real music. It's noise that it sounds like music. It's not being, there's no vibration string, there's no drum that generated that music. It's just being computer generated. It's not even real noise. It's noise basically. And same thing with the AIs in movies, man. I can't stand that shit. Like, it's crazy. Like
Somebody in
how
the chat just said, I just came from your Holiday Inn video, looked you up, and now I'm here. Yo, bro, what the fuck?
that's hilarious.
Welcome. Hi.
Started
His
from the
name is
Holiday Inn, now
N.O.
we here. Shout out to ND.
Yo, bro, if you're
Oh, is
ever in
that
Vegas, stop by
3D
the
too?
club. Yeah, the 3D's here. There's a few people in the chat, but
Oh,
that's
yeah.
so funny. Bro showed up, said, I came from your Holiday Inn video. Yo, that should hit like 8 million views on Instagram alone.
That's good.
I took it off of
Oh
my
gosh.
TikTok because it got like 10 million views on TikTok, and it
Damn.
was like overwhelming my TikTok. So I just like stopped uploading for a while, and I deleted the video from TikTok because that shit was like
Wow.
fucking Holiday Inn, dude.
That's
Um,
crazy. Send me the video so I can upload it on my Facebook.
Yeah, true. For real, you're right.
Not the plain ones though.
Yeah, definitely not those ones. Get me in trouble, get you in trouble. We all get in trouble. But yeah, I guess we could start wrapping it up here. I guess like the thoughts on AI is it's ubiquitous already, unfortunately, even though it's not ready to be implemented in everything. It's in everything. It's everybody's
Yeah.
using it. Mainstream companies, enterprises, industries that you would never think are totally consulting with their AI agents for random shit throughout the entire industry, from the first floor to the 50th floor in the skyscraper. It's everywhere, and I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but unfortunately, it is what it is. And I'm more of like a hands in the air kind of person. I'm like, fuck this. I kind of want to go live in the middle of nowhere and just, deal with trees and shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's just boring now. Like, it's not like I'm doomy or like I'm apocalyptic.
Right.
Like, this is the end of the world, but it's definitely the end of like
Yeah.
interesting shit or entertainment or any of that. Like, anytime I see AI on my feed, like when I'm going through YouTube shorts, it's such a turn off. It actually helps me stop doom scrolling. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's such
yeah.
and when I'm on social media and I see like a comment and then I go to look at the profile from the person before I respond and it's a fucking bot, I don't even want to engage. And I go to look at my DMs on X, I don't respond to DMs
Oh,
anymore because
gosh, yeah.
99 times out of it's fucking bots, bro. So I mean, personally, I'm just over it. Like, I think this is the end of social media. I truly do. I think something will come of this that is relating to it, but we'll have to have some more verification process in some type of a way. Proof of human is going to be very important if social media
Yeah.
does survive this. Again, this is the end of the influencers. Why would they ever pay Mr. Beast when they could just generate their own digital twin with the personality that has been, fed every Mr. Beast video on YouTube? That's public domain information. I could make my AI watch every Mr. Beast video and become a Jimmy 2.0, and then I could make it a visual representation, tell it to put this challenge together, put these people that never existed in the challenges with these backstories and all this stuff. And yeah, I think that the future is definitely not what it was, like what we thought it was going to be. And the same way, like, Bitcoin isn't digital gold. Bitcoin isn't money, but it is for now until we do better with it. This is what
Yeah.
AI is for now until we do better with it.
Yeah, and I feel the same way. And that was kind of one of the discussions too in the spaces with Genzio, was that they were asking like where we're at with AI, and my answer is that kind of similar to yours, was that we've been in the inception of AI already. You look at how many homes have already been integrated with Alexa and all these home devices that are controlling their lights, their fridge, their their ice makers, what I'm saying, their bathtubs, they're using freaking Alexa to run a bath or something. You know what I mean? Like, the entirety of their homes are being run by AI. And that's already been years in the making. We've already that's already here. And so, you know, I think with I could come with you, like we're already enveloped in the world of AI. People are vibe coding, everybody's creating their own stuff. You know, everybody's starting to integrate it with their homes. Everybody's becoming super dependent, like you said. So I'm not the biggest fan because where I see where we're going wrong at this moment is that we're using AI to do the fun stuff, you know, to do the cool stuff that humans should do. You know, just like well, we saw with the NFT generation where everybody was using AI to create all this NFT art. And it's like, well, that sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, everybody could be an artist. Whoop-de-doo. You know what I'm saying? That sucks because it's like, hey, it kind of takes the fun out of the whole thing of it. And so
Does.
um I think we'll see a little bit more of that. You know, I think it'll get a little bit worse before it gets a little bit better. And I think once we kind of flip it around where instead of having AI create the art, let it do the marketing. That's the hard stuff. The art is fun. You know, you do the art, you're the human. Let AI do the heavy lifting, let it do the organizing, let it do the cleaning. You know, don't let it do the things that we should be doing. Let us sit back, relax, and do the creative stuff. You know, let us use our minds a little bit more. Let us have a little bit more fun. Let AI fucking take the trash out. You know, let AI sweep the leaves. You know what I mean? Like let AI do all this mundane, boring stuff that is extremely tedious. And I think that's where we're at. Was that we're flipped. The script has been flipped. AI is doing all the fun stuff because people want to make money. And it's like we're using it in ways that are kind of like nonsensical. It is a tool and should be directed as so. And I think, you know, making it personal, making it have a personality is great and everything, but it detracts, you know, from the core of what it is. It's a tool and we should use it as such and keep that in mind. And it's getting crazy. I do like though the meme videos that are coming out of like, you know, people who always use AI for everything because then they're like I forget what it was, but there was something going on. I was like, hey, we can't be friends anymore because ChatGPT told me that, you know, our friendship is
Yeah,
like,
you're toxic. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Well, dude, I mean, not even to the personal level of dependency, but social dependency. You know that, there was a fucking mass shooting that just happened. I think it was at like a courthouse or something, but it turns out it was, the guy got like, he walked with the shotgun out in like the open, like
Yes,
the
I
whole,
heard about that.
dude,
Yeah.
it was like a mile long motherfucking stroll to the front door with a shotgun and nobody, you know why? Did you hear why? Dude, the only person there was no person. The only thing watching the security camera was fucking AI, and the AI
Oh, wow.
didn't register this guy carrying a
gun.
shotgun and didn't
Right.
tell security, "Hey, there's a guy heading." But there used to be a dude's job who would drink 7 cups
right.
of
Like, oh,
coffee
shit.
every day because they didn't want to
Yeah.
miss shit like that, right? So we
Right,
became
right.
so dependent on AI, we fired a guy, and then some dude took advantage of that situation and fucking murdered people. Like,
Yeah.
that's the dependent of the AI. That's terrifying, bro. Like,
Someone
it,
forgot to
it
tell the AI, look for this. You know, look
yeah,
out for
dude.
this.
Or you know, it probably did. Just didn't know. It's just not a person. You know what I mean? You can't take that. But like, yeah, again, like let it take the trash out. But don't. I don't want it to be the thing that's keeping me safe, or I don't want to be going in for heart surgery and have
Yeah.
ChatGPT, my doctor. I don't need my doctor giving ChatGPT my medical history and then ChatGPT
Right.
saying, I don't think a heart surgery is like da 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 for this. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like.
Yeah, it doesn't really need to make decisions. It needs to do what it's told. And that's it. It doesn't need to make decisions or choice. And my last thing I'm saying is it reminds me of the iRobot movie. You know, when Will Smith, tells a story about how he got his transplant, his arm or whatever. He was basically saying, he got into this horrible car wreck. They fell off the bridge, and that him and this young girl were, both drowning in their cars. And then the robot comes and it assesses the situation, right? And based on the percentage of survivability, it chooses Will Smith and saves him. But his whole point is that, hey, a human being would have went for the girl. A human being would have been like, hey, I'll save the girl. She's a young kid, save the girl. You know what I mean? Like a human would have been able to distinguish, in that moment, not to say who's more important, but it's like, hey, both people need to be saved at some point. There's no, hey, this person is the better option of saving because they have a higher chance of surviving.
Yeah, we don't need to
Because-
ask
because you don't
AI
know that.
which.
Yeah.
We don't need to ask AI which lever to pull on the train theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
one person tied to the train, 4 people tied to the other track. Which way do you know? We don't need AI for that. And I think you're right.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people are kind of taking that personal responsibility, that moral obligation of being a human
Yeah.
off the table, and they're just like giving it to this AI thing. Like, oh, the project failed because the AI, misled. It's not my fault that this thing. If I'm in the marketing department and the marketing campaign doesn't work, it's not me. I did what ChatGPT told me to do. Like,
Right.
that's where it's getting to. But I guess we can wrap it up here. Chat, let me know what your thoughts are on the AI takeover, the soullessness of the future. And honestly, what are your thoughts on like social media and influencers? Is there a future for influencers? Are people going to give a shit about the person shilling the product if it's not a person and it still looks how you want that person to look and talks and speak? They're going to cater influencers to your specific algorithm. Not
Right.
like not an influencer for me and Miggy and all these, like, no, it's just gonna be a specific influencer developed just for Ken Bozak, and it's gonna tell me which Nikes to buy or Adidas or why and this and that, and it's that to me is like the dystopia part of like dead internet theory, echo chamber bullshit. But
Right.
I'll wrap it up
Especially
there.
because it's so subtle. It does it in a way you don't even realize it's doing it. Especially with paired with targeted advertising. It is crazy because it's so subliminal. We're in the matrix within the matrix now. But yeah, it's crazy. But AI's dumb. Whatever.
It's so dumb, dude. It's so dumb. It's definitely the savant in the room. Like it knows a lot of shit, but socially,
Technically,
Kinda.
it knows everything.
right? That's why it's so dumb. It knows everything. So stupid. All right, guys. Love you, Miggy. I'll see you tomorrow.
For sure. Peace out. We'll see y'all the next one.
Zombie, love you, bro. Thanks for being here, and have a day, everybody. Peace.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're 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 gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.